So as I mentioned, we've lit the candle for faith. We've lit the candle for peace, to get still and listen. And today, we light the candle for love, the thing the world needs, right? And this has been driving me crazy because I put it on the wrong hook, so I've got to fix it, right? Because otherwise I won't be able to do this talk, so. Now the picture's framed. Good shot? Because that's what the world needs. Put that in place. Aren't we funny? And it's really interesting, JD and I laugh at ourselves because there's certain things in our relationship that he is obsessive and anal about, and there's certain things that I am obsessive and anal about, and mine is Christmas decorations, okay? Christmas decorations. Period. It's gotta be just. And all those things we take on, all those things we decide, become beliefs. And before you know it, they're ruling our lives. Where the candle is, what the color of the decorations are, what someone else should be doing. So, as I was contemplating what to talk about today, the universe provided more than enough material for me. And the first is something as I was flying, and I left you last week, I was flying to New York. Deanne was flying to New Orleans, I was flying to New York. We were like on planes on Sunday. And in that moment, across my Facebook feed comes this article, and it was powerful. I was watching it on the plane, and I knew how to share it with you. So this is a 10 or 11-year-old boy, and his name is Keaton Jones, and I'll let him speak for himself.
Just out of curiosity, why do they bully? What's the point of it? Why do you find joy in taking innocent people and finding a way to be mean to them? It's not okay.
What do they say to you?
They make fun of my nose, they call me ugly, they say I have no friends.
What'd they do to you at lunch?
Put milk on me and put ham down my clothes, threw bread at me.
Is it just you?
Yep.
Or is it other kids too that feel that way?
Say it's other kids too.
How's that make you feel?
I don't like that they do it to me, and I for sure don't like that they do it to other people, because it's not okay. People that are different don't need to be criticized about it, because it's not their fault. But if you are made fun of, just don't let it bother you. Just stay strong, I guess. It's hard. But it'll probably get better one day.
For those of us who were bullied and beaten in school for who we are, it's really hard to watch. Really hard to watch this young boy talking about how hard it is just to go to school and to sit and eat lunch. And there's a new awareness of bullying and that kind of pain, what it inflicts on the human psyche in our world today. And God, this video, by the time I saw it at the beginning of the week, it had already gone viral, and over 15 million people have watched it and shared it across all kinds of social networks. And it was a huge, huge upswelling of compassion and support for Keaton. In fact, so many, like one of them is on, I can't remember his last name, the Captain America in the new Avengers movies. Chris Evans wrote to Keaton and invited him to the Los Angeles premiere of the new Avengers movie. So for the kids, gone to super cool, right? In a flash, because adults who remember, who know this. And then this one I ran across also.
Hey Keaton, this is Delaney Walker, tight end for the Tennessee Titans. I wanted to read a poem to you by Buddha. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought like a shadow that never leaves. Always remember that. You can be whoever you want to be. And again, sorry that bullying is being taking place at your school. Hopefully this video and all the tweets that are being put out there make awareness to stop bullying. And I know myself and the Tennessee Titans would love to have you if you can come to a game. December 31st against Jacksonville. I'll have 4 tickets for you and your family. If you can, please DM me. And again, sorry these things took place. Can't wait to hear from you.
So I love that a Tennessee Titan is quoting Buddha. Just saying. Don't stereotype people, okay? Right? So, happy ending, but not quite so. So, in the wake of all of this publicity, a lot of people went on to Kimberly, Keaton's mom's Facebook page, and found pictures of her. And I thought about putting one of them up, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that, but I'll talk to you about it. So they're from Tennessee, and they found pictures on her Facebook page of her standing next to a Confederate flag. And then all of a sudden, on Facebook, they were, all these people were talking about her, saying all these things about her, calling her a racist, calling her not worthy. There was stories that she had started a GoFundMe page and she was exploiting her son and she was doing this and this. Basically what was happening is that she was then being cyberbullied. Right? So it happened to her son in the physical world, happened to her in the virtual world. And all of a sudden, people felt justified to withhold their love from this family because of something that they determined was wrong, and that she was not worthy, and by extension her entire family, of their love and attention. And in those moments, we all do it. We say, love that, but not that. Love this one, but not when they say that. And all of a sudden, it all exploded. The truth, somewhere in there, she didn't start a GoFundMe page. Someone else did to find a college fund for Keaton. But it is in print on the internet, and we all decide that it's all real, and that we can withhold our affection, our love, from someone because of who we think they are. It's happening right here in the city this week. Also, on Monday as I'm traveling, shock waves come across us as Mayor Ed Lee dies suddenly without notice. Right? And the first waves of it were just an outpouring of grief and shock. But Misa and I were talking on Thursday, and actually Misa, you're singing at the memorial this afternoon, right? At City Hall. And there's been another wave that's come over this whole grieving process around Ed Lee about all the people that hate him and are glad he's dead. And literally, articles like this are appearing on the internet now. All over, talking about how he sold out the city and all of the things they hate about him, and that they're glad there's going to be someone new in control of the city now. And again, it's another way that as human beings, we decide who we can love and who we can have sympathy, empathy, and compassion for. Because we disagree with them about something, we think it's all right to withhold our love. And I'm not immune to this. I wish I could stand here and tell you I have it all figured out. But what I did see with the blessings of distance this week is that divine love, agape love, love that knows no opposite, does exist when we expand our consciousness to it. When we actively seek to change our consciousness. Because if, like I said at the beginning, if the devil is only in here, if the devil is only between our ears, that devil is telling us that this one's not worthy of my love, that one is not worthy, this one maybe, but definitely not that one. I've had an experience of it this holiday season again, as I've been celebrating JCO. And for those of you who haven't met him, and I think most of you have, I don't know, a couple of people here. This is my foster son, Jason, at Roma's birthday party. We had face painters in the backyard. And he just is beaming. He was so happy. So Jason's been with us for 8 months. And this will be his last Sunday with us. Most probably. He's can't travel with us at Christmas, so he's going to his aunt's house. And if her paperwork gets finalized while he's with her over the Christmas break, he'll be staying there. And it has been literally breaking my heart. And this is the second year. JD and I had another foster son last Christmas, Josiah. And he was our little butterball, we called him. He was 9 months old and he was 26 pounds. He was a hefty little boy. And we gave him back to his mom on Christmas Day. She was ready to take him back, and we woke up him and brought him over to his mom and put him back in his arms. And someone said to us, I was like, wow, so you're losing 2 sons at Christmas time. And that is true. And I said, in asking to see it different, so to go through it differently, I heard in my head, and I'm reuniting 2 children with their family at Christmas time. And that understanding of what I'm doing is a lot more compelling. It's a lot more helpful for me, because both are equally true. Yes, I'm going to miss him. He's a love bucket. And I'm reuniting him with his biological family at Christmas time. Wow. You know, there's a scripture too. It's been hard for me to love his mom. It's been hard for me to love his mom, not because of what she's going through, but because of things she's said about me and accused me of, which we don't have to get into. But just suffice it to say, I've been living in the scripture when, blessed are ye, when people say false things and accuse you. I've been living in that scripture, and it is a blessing. It is a blessing because I can stand here and don't have to defend myself. To my face, things were said, and I didn't react. I responded with love. And every day, I've had to watch and had to choose to respond in love to this woman who is desperately missing her son. Right? Who wouldn't miss him? Right? It's like, to understand that and to go through it, to go, she's worthy of my love, no matter what she says. Jasion's easy to love. Jasion's easy. The rest of us get to see the wholeness. And what this season is about for me is to understand, as Jackie just sang to us, not just for some. Not just for some, but for everyone. We light the candle for love. You know? It's easy to blame people who are tap dancing on Ed Lee's grave. But think of a politician you don't like and imagine them dying today. Okay, got it? Got it? Don't need to say anything else, right? Would you be tap dancing on that politician's grave? No. Having a celebration? No. Right? Their family would be in grief. No. There's some part of me that wants to say yes. In reality, I might. And what we're called to in this spiritual path, what we're called to in unity, is to know that each and every one of us is part of the one. that there is no separation between me and anyone else and anything else, because it is all just a manifestation of thought, whether it be evil thought, if you want to call it that, or someone else's misguided thought, what we call sin, right? Missing the mark, right? Sin is an archery term. It literally means missing the mark, not that you're intrinsically bad or evil. It's just a misguided thought. And you know what? If our thoughts are creative, our misguided thoughts create as well. So we have an opportunity to have compassion for ourselves and each other in this time. Divine love. There's no opposite. There's no other. And there are steps that we can take to apply it in our lives. You know, I sat in the chairs at my first Unity Church and my second and my third. And I've said this before, but striking me today is like sometime in the middle of the week, the Sunday experience had worn off. And I couldn't even tell you what the minister said, right? It was like, oh yeah, it was a good talk. I have no idea what it was about, right? That was really powerful, but I can't tell you. You just have to experience it, right? Because we, as human beings, have retain a lot of things. Words sometimes aren't, but energy, intention, feelings, what does it feel like in our body? So there's some steps we can take to apply the feeling of love and the practice of love on a daily basis. And the first is to look at where you exclude people in your life. Right? Just lovingly look at where you exclude people in your life, right? With compassion for yourself and go, oh, why did I do that? Am I taught that by my family? Am I scared? Am I living in fear? And lovingly just know where you're withholding your full compassion and your full understanding. And then open your heart to those people and those situations. Open your heart to life. Can't imagine what it's like for Jasion's mother to not to have her son and want him, and not be able to meet all the criteria that would make it safe for him to go back. How incredibly frustrating that must be. Forgive. Forgive. Forgive yourself and others. For he and she who has never missed the mark, please cast the first stone. Okay? Has any of us never thought erroneously, behaved erroneously, fallen down in what we aspire to be? Forgive, because we are all missing the mark. And then love wastefully, my favorite expression. Love wastefully, because the more you give, the more you have, for both are infinite. When you are giving in divine love, there is no well that you're ever going to deplete. You will constantly be replenished. Love wastefully. Simple steps. Just become aware. Wake up to what you're withholding from someone or something. Open your heart to that situation. Forgive. Forgive. For they know not what they do. And to love. Love. And watch yourself be replenished. That's the message of this season. That's the message of unity. There is only one of us here. Let's all love each other.